Oh, you got the book? I'm gonna bring it out. What you say about that?
Nah, just you know, like putting the dates on the top, whatever.
Yeah.
Just
that. Usually what I do is I mark it on that board.
Oh, okay.
There it is. It's in here.
Page 7?
Yeah. I got it marked off.
Yeah.
Shalom Israel. This is the ISUPK, the Israelite School of Universal and Practical Knowledge, out of 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York City. Since 1969, we've been teaching the truth of the Bible. Yahweh, the name of the Most High. Yahweh is his name. The name of the Most High God is the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob are our forefathers. When I say "our," I'm speaking of the 12 tribes of Israel. 12 tribes of Israel, the so-called Negro, the so-called West Indian, the so-called Hispanic, the so-called Latino, the so-called Native, the so-called First Nations, Indigenous, specifically of North, Central, and South America. We are scattered abroad across this planet, the four corners of the earth. However, we are heavily concentrated here in this hell, in this western region we call North America. Okay, let's see here. We're taking questions first. This is the Brotherhood Class, Tuesday night Brotherhood Class. If you have any questions, pop them in. Okay, if you're on the YouTube, it's the ISUPK Upstate NY. ISUPK Upstate NY. Any questions? All right, I think the brother is here. If you have any questions, brother, please type them in the chat. Brotherhood. Okay. Go ahead.
So, I believe you sort of you was going into it last week though, like the question that I was wondering and asking in regards to us as a people, right?
Mm-hmm.
And the lack of brotherhood to join ourselves together, right? So, so Africans join with Africans, but they separate amongst themselves. Right?
That's correct.
You're Nigerian, you're Eritrean, you're whatever.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? The Arabs, right? Is that it, right? Arabs or
Yeah.
Arabs?
Arabs.
Arabs.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So the Arabs, the Palestinians, the whatever tribes, you know what I'm saying? Middle Eastern people, they separate even amongst themselves, right?
That's correct.
But they're of that general national group or ethnic group or people, right?
That's right.
Even amongst European, right? This is the Irish month.
St. Patrick's Day.
St. Patrick's Day, right?
Yeah.
The Scottish.
It's funny you said Irish month. They don't have an Irish month. However, I was at my slave, right? And you know, I go to the different stores and like you can't buy alcohol until 8 a.m. I think on Sunday mornings. Okay. If not, I think there's a time limit period every day in New York State. There's a cutoff time and then there's a time where it starts back up. I think it was Sunday morning or it was Saturday morning, whatever. It was like one of the first days of this month, March. And 8 a.m. hit right on the dot. And this Edomite put a case of beer. And the guy at the cash register was like, oh, you made it just in time. It's 8 o'clock. It's 8 a.m. You can buy beer. He just made the time because because he said he told somebody an hour ago that she couldn't buy beer because it was 7 o'clock. Yo, as soon as he bought that beer, every Edomite just came in and was buying beer. And I saw one Edomite, she put up 2 cases of beer. She had ginger ale and 2 cases of beer. And she had on a scarf with the clovers on it. She had a green hat on and stuff. I said, hey, what's going on today? She said, oh, you don't know? The bar, the Irish bar, Coleman, on Tip Hill, or Rosie's or whatever, they doing the green beer.
Yeah.
And I said, we're doing she said it. She was like, we're drinking the green beer today. Da, da, da. I go, it's not even St. Patrick's Day. She said, you didn't know? You didn't know? Yes, it is. like how you just said, it's the Irish month. And I'm like, no, I didn't know. Next person come in. I mean, going out the door. Because that's where I come in to do the delivery. So I'm just standing there like, damn. I ask the next person, and the next person says the same thing. Yeah, it's green beer, da, da, da. And then the manager of the store, she said, you didn't know Irish people drink all month? They get drunk all month. I said, yeah, I knew that, but y'all have green, she said, they're going to be drinking green beer every morning at 8 o'clock until St. Patrick's Day. I said, damn.
God.
So go ahead. I didn't mean to cut you off. I just wanted to say that to show how uncivilized the Edomites are. They are very uncivilized. The Irish are very uncivilized in the sense that y'all drink green beer And she said, we're going to have the party every Saturday. So when she said that, I was like, at 8 a.m.? How uncivilized are you as a people? Wow. Just for us as Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, because we're always called the savages. We're always called the uncivilized. We're always called the thugs. But if you have somebody drinking starting at 8 a.m. in the morning, imagine when it becomes 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock. They've been drinking all goddamn day. Go ahead, Ak.
So I get you. Even with that, real quick, yesterday as I was headed to my slave, right, I stopped and I'm grabbing a case of water. And sure enough, at the register, I saw anybody doing the exact same thing. The exact same thing. I'm like, it's kind of early, you know what I'm saying, to be drinking in the morning.
Right.
He was like, nah, this is just the first case.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
So even with that, it just kind of makes you wonder or just think about what obligations, you know what I'm saying? Like this isn't hell for them. It's clearly hell for us.
Right.
For us, we can't wake up at 8 o'clock in the morning, grab a case of beer and be like, oh, nah. Like,
but who would do that? Do you feel what I'm saying? Like, you're right, this is their heaven, and they make their heaven what they want to make their heaven. Absolutely. You get what I'm saying? But only a savage would do that. I'm watching, I just started it yesterday. The Last Kingdom. It's on Netflix, right? It's about the Vikings and the Welsh and the English, all that. And the way that these people act, you look in history, and that's really how they act. They just savage. They just disgusting. You know what I'm saying? Like, they really just fouls in how they speak, how they eat and drink. Just everything about them is just disgusting, man. It just don't make no sense. So, but you're right. That's their heaven. And their heaven is waking up at 8 in the morning and drinking a green beer. We got to get out of here, man. We should be thankful to the Most High that World War III has started. We should be like elated. We should be pumped up, happy. You know what I'm saying? Barakatha Yahweh Yahweh Shai, because there is no way this beast needs to continue to rule. Go ahead.
Well, I mean, it was kind of like going into like what I was thinking of, because there are many of us, you know what I'm saying, who will try to join ourselves, you know what I'm saying, to it and be a part of it. But, you know, we're not trying to join ourselves, you know what I'm saying, to our own people. We're trying to join and attach ourselves to everyone else, though. Oh, I'm 3/4 Irish. That makes me Irish.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Scottish, whatever, you know what I'm saying? But the nations, you know what I'm saying, they have their distinction amongst themselves, of course, though. But because we're, as some anthropologists will say in this particular instance, nomads, but not by choice. Because we don't have a land of our own, because it was, you know, we were taken from it. What is it that is in us, you know what I'm saying, to make us seek out others than ourselves? And then uplift and fight so hard, you know what I'm saying, for others. Like that Back to Africa movement, you know what I'm saying, that's been going on for, you know, some odd years, and it's steadily picking up. Now it's the conscious this, conscious this, conscious that. But
yep. You answered it though, brother. You absolutely answered it. And remember I was saying, like, we have to realize us in the ISUPK as the teachers, as the priests and the prophets, you have to look at our people as the victim. Not saying that you're not, but when you ask the question, you say, what is it in us that makes us turn to the other nations and not look into ourselves? You answered it. You answered it in your same, in that paragraph that you just said. What is it?
It's like what we don't have.
Right. Because of what? You answered it. We don't have it. Because of what?
I mean, we were taken from it. We were taken, you know what I'm saying, from,
Everything
our
is-
place of dwelling, which had our culture, our heritage.
What was told, okay, when we got to these shores, right? And they beat us, okay, and they said, this is your name. You take on the name of your slave master. What was the thing that they told us not to read?
It's like the Bible.
Absolutely. We didn't have the Bible out. You feel what I'm saying? We didn't have the Bible. So we didn't have the Bible, and then we were taken away from everything that associated or connected us. The only thing that we knew is that we came from Africa. You feel what I'm saying? And being that we were stripped of all of that, when we finally came to some type of liberty to read, liberty to communicate with each other and congregate amongst each other, that's why the African movement started. It's because that was the only thing that we could really keep, or that they would give us, is just to say you came from slavery on them slave ships from West Africa. So it was like we had nothing, and it was prophesied that the Most High was going to make sure that it be taken away, that Israel be to remembrance no more, meaning we wouldn't know who we are, or what land we come from, or what language we spoke. The only thing that they gave us was, well, y'all came from Africa, and y'all were slaves. So that's where that Back to Africa movement come from. And it's of the Most High that he opened up the Bible in these times. Go ahead.
God, well, so I mean, because there's the portion where it's just like, it's the well, believe what he says because he's Scottish and he's from Scotland, but now he lives here in America.
What do you mean?
Like when we speak about the Bible, right? When we speak about the other nations, when we speak about who we are, where we come from, of course, though, you'll always have one or two that will try to debate and argue and say, well, you're not from Ethiopia, right? Like when we was doing a radio show, you know what I'm saying? And they were always constantly going about, Ethiopia. The Jews are Ethiopian.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just like, how do you know? And the brother kept standing on the authority of, they're from Ethiopia. They know who they are. But what makes us so different, you know what I'm saying, of that same authority? Because we'll go into the church and we'll just accept what the preacher says.
Yeah.
But here it is, this is the truth, you know what I'm saying? Like the true knowledge, as if we're not scholars, but we do the research. You know what I'm saying? We go into the records and we filter, we cipher through it to come to this truth.
So what is that? What is that? What is that? Like you said, we go into the church, or the people from the church, they'll sit down with us, or they'll watch our classes, or even come to class. And it's like, well, what is that makes them deny that very fact? Because we never speak on our own. You know what I found? This is crazy. Yesterday, was it yesterday? No, Sunday. Sunday marked, you know how on Facebook, it'll say, a year ago, you posted this. Mm-hmm. I posted it again Sunday. Because a year ago, on Sunday, I said, or was it a year ago? No, 4 years ago, Salakia. It said 4 years ago, you posted this. It said, it was like from a news article. The United States gives Ukraine $1 billion. The United States gives Ukraine $1 billion. And I took that, I said, the United States The United States gives Ukraine $1 billion, and Detroit is still bankrupt. Because that year, Detroit went completely bankrupt. The city of Detroit went bankrupt. Like, no debt, just bankrupt. Like, whatever, past, whatever. Just the city went bankrupt. And I'm like, we worried about what the United States is doing and who we should vote for president. This is 4 years ago. But they just gave the Ukraine $1 billion. And look at today. That blew my mind. Like, we talk about this stuff all the time. So it can't be a fact thing. It can't be about facts. It's definitely not a scriptural thing, because everything we say is scriptural. Everything we say is based off of the Bible. So what is it?
It's like, one part, religion, another part, which said that we shall turn our face, from the Most High.
Absolutely.
Like, we obviously, we rather, fit in amongst the masses. It's like the Adam and Eve thing. Oh, we're different. Maybe we should start acting like everybody else.
And what type of mentality is that?
It's like, a coon?
Yeah.
Uncle Tom?
Yeah.
A destroyed mentality. Like, you have no self-confidence, no self-worth.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
and who? Children. It's a child's mentality. Because a child doesn't know its identity. You get what I'm saying? A child doesn't know their identity. They only base everything off of their peers and what is accepted and what's not accepted. You feel what I'm saying? So children in the ISUPK are completely different because of they know and embrace their identity. That's a childlike mentality to sit there and to be like, damn, they doing that over there. Man, oh, they dressing like that. And then when you have adults doing that, just let them go. Yeah. Just let them go. It gets to a point where, you just gone. Just go on then. Just be stupid. You have 50-year-old women, 60-year-old women dressing like hoes. And it's like, just let her go. She just stupid. You're dumb. You got 50-year-old, 60-year-old men just still acting like damn children, like a grown-ass man. I just go to work and get my check and laugh at everything, and I get drunk all day long. It's like, damn, that's what your identity is? Like, it's to a point where you nor I nor anybody can say anything to them because they rather sit in a childlike state. They feel comfortable because a child knows what? I don't have to work for my dinner. I'll just go home and my dinner will be there. A warm bed, I got it. It's fine. You feel what I'm saying? And a child doesn't even contemplate on that. They don't even contemplate on, where does this food come from? Damn. A child doesn't think like that. My parents work hard. My father works hard. My mother works hard. They don't think like that. They're just straight up. Not all children, I'm just saying. The majority of children would just straight up be like greedy, be bastards. And that's what has happened to us. We've been destroyed so much that the childlike mentality comes from us thinking that America is the provider, the great provider. This is our father. This is my daddy here. He gonna give me whatever I want and then some. He'll give you all the dessert you want too. And that dessert is your lust. Go ahead.
Slaggy. So, I mean, that was like the thing, because I hear, you know what I'm saying, a lot of, these sisters, you know what I'm saying, that they want to go out and they want to battle and they want to, speak like, oh yeah.
They want to go out and battle.
Well, I mean, they want
not sisters in the UPK. Okay, go ahead.
I mean, they want to, battle against, you know what I'm saying, this truth, though. They want to battle against the Bible. Okay. You know what I'm saying? They'll claim to be Christians, of course, though, and it'll be one of those things where it's like they accept one portion, but they don't accept the other portion.
That's men too. That's everybody. Some man asked me yesterday. He said, "I heard y'all believe in multiple wives." Okay. All right. What's the issue, brother? What's going on, man? Why are you upset? He asked me some wicked foul question. I heard y'all be popping little girls and all this type of stuff. And then he goes, but wait, there's more. I heard y'all got multiple wives. I didn't even answer that question because it's like, he doesn't accept that. Like, you understand what I'm saying? Men and women will go ahead. It'll be both. And the sister did ask about sisterhood. Yes, brotherhood. I usually say it. Brotherhood and sisterhood are synonymous. They're one and the same. Okay, whenever somebody says brotherhood, they're including the sisters as well. It's like when you read a scripture, based on the context, it may say man or men. And it's also for sisters or women as well. Okay, all right? It's just a general term that includes that. All right, and then I'll answer the sister about being sisterly. It's the same thing. Whenever you hear us talking about brotherhood and being brotherly, it's the same exact thing as being sisterly. The same exact thing. There's nothing different, okay? And the reason why I say there's nothing different is because even though men and women generally have different characteristics or issues, being sisterly, when you look in the scriptures about being a brother, it's referring to a sister as well. Okay, those things are all to be overcome. Okay, because you have a lot of brothers that may have very similar issues to the sisters because of America and how destroyed we are and how we are raised. Okay, all right. So yeah, it's not just the sister, but it's everybody. They will pick and choose whatever from the Bible because of whatever they feel content with. Okay, and in the scripture, I think it's Isaiah. Let me grab this real quick. Isaiah chapter 1. No, chapter 2. What? Hold on, let me just check and see. I'm looking where he was told to. That was Jeremiah, but I should just get the one in Jeremiah. Ezekiel chapter 3.
Verse 12?
Start with verse 1.
Ezekiel chapter 3, verse 1. Moreover, he said unto me, Son of man, eat that thou findest. It's like, eat that thou findest, eat this roll, and go speak unto the house of Israel.
He said, eat the roll. The roll is the scroll, right? It was a scroll. He telling him to eat the scroll. Go ahead.
So I opened my mouth,
Mm-hmm.
and he caused me to eat that roll.
Mm-hmm.
And
Cause him to eat the roll, meaning the law, statutes, and commandments. He's telling him to eat it. What do we say in the ISUPK? Something we say about the truth.
It's like that the truth should be in you.
Right. Don't just be in the truth. Let the truth be in you. All right. That's this precept right here. Ezekiel chapter 3, verse 1 through 3. It's straight up. Let the truth be in you. The law, statutes, and commandments, you can wear them. Right? You can dress the law, statutes, and commandments. You can have the garments. You can have the fringes. You can have the studs. Right? Sisters can wear a dress. She can cover her head. A brother can have a headpiece. Can wear boots. What does that mean? Not a goddamn thing. It means absolutely nothing. It means nothing. It means absolutely nothing. Right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Go ahead.
And he said unto me, Son of man, cause thy belly to eat, and fill thy bowels with this roll that I give thee.
Right.
Then did I eat it, and it was in my mouth as honey for sweetness.
It was in my mouth what?
As honey for sweetness.
It was in my mouth what?
As honey for sweetness.
Go ahead.
And he said unto me, Son of man, go and get thee unto the house of Israel, and speak with my words unto them.
Mm-hmm.
For thou art not sent to a strange people of a strange speech and of a hard language, but unto the house of Israel.
That's right. Okay. But unto the house of Israel. Not a strange people. Not the heathens. Not the so-called white man. Not the so-called Chinese man. Not the so-called African man. Not the so-called Asian. Not the so-called East Indian. Not the so-called Arab. Not the so-called, what are they, Pacific Islanders. Right? None of them. None of them. Who? Israel. Keep going.
But
Verse
not
6.
But to the house of Israel. Verse 6. Not too many people of a strange speech and of a hard language, whose words thou canst not understand. Surely had I sent thee unto them, they would have hearkened unto thee.
That's correct. If the Lord send it to them, they'll hearken unto it. Right? They're zealous in believing of their own. Of their own. Even amongst the Edomites, right? You have, like you said, you have your different tribes or your different nations of Edomites. You got some that believe in Odin. They still do. You got some that believe in St. Patrick's Day. And they still do. And they keep it. Most High is saying, if I sent you to them to speak this word to them, they'll hearken to it. Go ahead, huh?
This is like it. So that was the other thing too. Like I would see people from Burma, you know what I'm saying, who's like, they would come here talking about the Bible, and I'm just looking at them a little confused, like.
Whatever they get taught, they gonna believe it. There are people, I think the same people from Burma, right? They'll come here in America and live in America for decades, and they'll still put a red dot on their goddamn head and have a dust party and be running in the middle of the streets. They got something on the north side. You got a huge Burma church on the north side. I think it's a Burma church. And they throw this red dust in the air. And they are in the streets in front of that church, dancing, hooping, and hollering like goddamn ravage animals. They still doing that. And they're in America. They're in America. They didn't say, let's put this away. Let's just keep 4th of July. They don't keep 4th of July. I don't see them doing no 4th of July. They keeping Red Dot Day or Red Dust Day. I don't even know if it's the Burmese. I may be incorrect. But there's a group of people, y'all know exactly what I'm talking about. They play in red dust. And they scream and holler and beat each other with red dust. And they still do it when they're in America. Because they do what they want. They do, like the Lord said. They'll listen. But this people, and it's going to go into it, but go ahead.
It's like, whose words thou cannot understand, surely had I sent thee to them, they would have hearkened unto thee.
Yeah. Were you going to say something about that verse?
Well, no, it was just.
Or you just saying they bring it up?
Yeah, I mean,
he even brings up religion and talks about it.
It's one of those things where you see heathenistic nations, of course, though, that's like, oh yeah, you know, I believe in God, you know, and then they'll talk about salvation, of course, though, for everyone, right? But yet they'll still keep their own customs at the same time following not even this Bible, but a version of this Bible. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And is that like the same thing like the Jewish people did to a certain extent?
What's that?
But they just took our customs instead to the fullest. So the other nations, you know what I'm saying, who this Bible...
But they didn't. You talking about the Jewish people?
God.
Yeah, no. They more so just took the name. They just stole our name. Because they don't keep the Sabbath.
God.
They don't believe in Yahweh Shai.
Right.
They don't have a brotherhood. They just stole our name so that they can benefit off of being an exclusive people, the people of the Bible, the people of God, the God of the Bible. That's why they did it. They don't really keep the law, statutes, and commandments. None of them do. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They just do that to show themselves as if being different. That way they can be exclusive to themselves. That way they can make more money. That's the benefit of that. When you're exclusive to yourself, you keep your money in your community. That's the whole point of that.
Okay.
Yep, go ahead.
Verse 7, but the house of Israel will not hearken unto thee, for they will not hearken unto me. For all the house of Israel are impudent and hard-hearted.
And they are what?
Impudent and hard-hearted.
And they are what?
They are impudent and hard-hearted.
And hard-hearted. They're hard-hearted. This is something that the Most High set up. The Lord did this. Keep going.
Verse 8, behold, I have made thy face strong against their faces, and thy forehead strong against their foreheads.
Right, what is that? Who is the thy face? Behold, I have made thy face. Who is that? Who is the thy face?
The prophets.
Yes. That's correct, brother. He's made the prophet's face hard against their face. So what is that? You saying it. There it is, right there. We be bringing it out. They don't want to listen. They made hard-hearted. They impudent. What's the second part of that?
in thy forehead, strong against their forehead.
What is that? That's pressing against the forehead against thy forehead. What does that mean? First, what does that look like? You ever see a promotion for a fight? You ever see a poster for a fight being promoted online, or on television, or social media? How does the poster look?
Face to face, forehead to forehead.
Mm-hmm. Always. That's the classic symbol. Every fight they have a face-off. Every battle they have a face-off. You ever watch battle rap? Before the big battle, they have them sit at a table across from each other, have a face-off. The fighters fighters for MMA or boxing, they get on the same stage, and they literally call them together. They've been talking trash about each other. They fighting for the belt, for the championship belt. They hate each other, and what does the promoter do? Stand right here. Oh, what a coincidence! He smacked him in his face. Oh, he pushed him. Wow! Like, oh, y'all didn't know that was going to happen? You having a face-off. And what does it mean when the Lord says their forehead against thy forehead?
It's like it.
Yes.
In regards to, you know what I'm saying, this Bible, this truth, you know what I'm saying, the knowledge of the scrolls, like, that is going to dominate whatever they are trying to, whatever, you know what I'm saying, whatever else that has been given, fed, and, like, you want to follow, you know what I'm saying, Christianity, that ain't going to, you know what I'm saying, stand against this knowledge and information.
That's true. Absolutely. Forehead against forehead, though, is just your knowledge versus our knowledge. Okay. Right? And we want it. That's the difference. In the ISUPK, we want that. We want to be banging against you. We want a battle. You understand what I'm saying? And everybody knows it. They all know it. It's this Benjamin's sister on social media. She sells head wraps. Gorgeous sister. She sells jewelry and stuff like that. She has a big following. And she said, I forget what she said exactly. And I'm going to paraphrase and I'm going to mess it up, but I'm going to get to the point. Sister said, there's 3 people you do not want to fight against. She said, 1, a West Indian, right? Or something. She said, 3 people you will never win an argument with. She said, 1, a West Indian. 2, like a such and such merchant, like a 80-year-old oil merchant. Like, he been selling this for so long. And she said, 3, a Hebrew Israelite. And I hear dudes trying to holler at her all the time. Like, they always trying to holler at her, right? All the time. Just like on the social media, she'll go live and dudes just won't stop, right? But she just always says, you can't win an argument against the Hebrew Israelite. Everybody on the planet knows that. Everybody. Everybody knows that. They know we no joke. And they really talking about One West, ISUPK. They know we're no joke when it comes to this Bible. You can't. You can't. And we want it like that. That's the sad point. Not the sad point. That's the point that gets them to go, you're right, but I'm going to go eat these chitlins in the church. You feel what I'm saying? Yeah. It's because they just know that the truth is here and they're just comfortable with their lie. Because they know we will not do it. Because everybody else does what? Everybody else does, go ahead.
They give in.
Or they
make excuses.
Right. Or they're tolerant. They come to some understanding. Your God is my God. If we all could just do this together, I'll allow you this, I'll allow you that. And I even say it to them. I say, that's cool, that's fine. Yeah, that's fine. We just want to come and build with you. Right? And I tell them, but you know, we want to run this. And they like, Yeah. All right. Here come the ISUPK. Yep. I know. I know what y'all about. Because they know we're not going to believe in any tolerance. We're not believing in any agreement. We don't do that. We don't believe in agreements. We don't believe in mutual understandings. We don't. What do they call it out? Agree to disagree. Like we've never said that. The ISUPK has never said agree to disagree, because that is what? False. There is no way there could be an agreement to disagree. That means that everything is false. That means that everything you said is false, and everything I said is false. So you can't have an agreement to disagree. They just running because they scared. Go ahead. I think it's a little bit more.
Verse 9. As an adamant heart, as an adamant harder than flint have I made thy forehead. Fear them not, neither be dismayed at their looks, though they be a rebellious house. Verse 10. Moreover, he said unto me, Son of man, all my words that I shall speak unto thee, receive in thine heart, and hear with thine ears. And go, get thee to them of the captivity unto the children of thy people, and speak unto them, and tell them, Thus saith the Lord God, whether they will hear or whether they will forbear.
That's it. So you just doing your job. To the person that you talking to, you just doing your job anyway. They think they do, and they think they're doing their job, but they're gonna go home and be a hypocrite anyway, even on the point that they made. If I could bring up the point that you was making,
okay,
right before class,
okay,
right? You got the book right there, right? Okay. You said it was a sister? Okay. We shouldn't practice polygyny because we don't come from that, is what she said, right?
Right.
Okay. All right. And you just told me that the sister is a Gadite.
Okay.
Can you read the title of that book, please?
Chief Joseph.
Mm-hmm.
Lauren Jean Hopping.
Okay, this is a biography on Chief Joseph. Okay? Chief Joseph is a Gadite, a Native American, so-called Native American warrior. Okay, that fought against the oppressor when he came. I think in the end, Chief Joseph became more tolerant. Okay? And trying to be peaceful compared to a few of the other brothers that I have here on this blade. Okay? Chief Joseph is this one with the long feather coming out. Right? Okay, you got Sitting Bull, you got Geronimo, and it's another brother, I always forget his name, so Salakia. Okay, but this book is about Chief Joseph. And in the beginning of the book, it talks about when the Europeans, the oppressor, the Edomites came to steal our land and destroy our people. Gadites. You said the sister's a Gadite, right?
Okay.
Okay. And we don't do that, is what she's saying. We shouldn't practice something that's not of us. We should let those people have what they believe in. They believe in polygyny, multiple wives. Let them have it. We don't do that. Go ahead, Doc.
Go
ahead.
It's like you're saying that it's destructive.
Okay. Oh, okay. Okay, please.
So, Chief Joseph, page 7, second paragraph, second paragraph. On November 11th, 1839, Chief Tukakas became one of the first 3 Nez Prince to be baptized. He took on the Christian name Joseph. His wife became known as Nath, and they remarried in a Christian ceremony.
You see that? He had to destroy himself. He had to destroy his culture. right? He had to be baptized. So he was dipped in water and then given a Christian name. Go ahead.
To the Spaldings, baptism and marriage before God was serious and permanent steps in their eyes.
Keep going.
Tychicus and the other two converts had agreed to abide by Christian rules and no other.
So they agreed, we're going to be Christian and follow the Christian rules. All right? So we'll believe in monogamy. Okay? We'll get baptized in water and we'll believe in monogamy. Go ahead.
The chief saw things differently.
The who?
The chief saw things differently.
The chiefs. The chiefs saw things differently. Go ahead.
To him, Christianity was an addition to, not a replacement for, his own beliefs.
Okay, keep going.
In his culture, men had more than one wife.
Whoa. The sister's a Gadite? She's Native American. She's Native American. Okay, and what does it say about Native Americans?
In his culture, men had more than one wife.
Men had more than what?
More than one wife.
More than what?
More than one wife.
Okay, keep going.
A practice strictly forbidden by the Christian church.
Who forbid it?
The Christian church.
The Christian church. Okay, all right. What happened between the Europeans and the Gadites and the Native Americans? Who are the real savages? Who would deny that? Who are the real savages? Who committed a murder of 90 million? Or 77 million, excuse me. 77 million Native Americans. Who did that? The Native Americans did that? Or the Europeans did that? Who destroyed the land? Who destroyed the buffalo? Who destroyed all the animals? Who brought smallpox? And who brought sexual diseases? Who brought sexual diseases? You know, Christopher Columbus and his whole entire crew had syphilis.
Okay.
And they brought it and spread it when they raped the indigenous people of North, Central, and South America. Go ahead,
Al. Slightly. Would you say that their missionary missions that they have now is a false sense of recompense for their sins or the crimes that they've committed?
Whose? You saying the missionaries?
You know,
the Catholic Church, the Christians?
Yeah, it's like we're going to do good, but really this is our true agenda. We're going to go spread the word of Jesus, but in the meantime, you know what I'm saying, we're going to get... This is my thing. When I hear our people say, you should forgive them. When have they ever asked to be forgiven? Oh, it's like never.
The Catholic Church has never asked that. I've never heard the Catholic Church come out and say, we destroyed the Native American. We destroyed the black people. We destroyed all these people on the earth. We destroyed the indigenous. We raped. When have they ever come out and say, please forgive us? And then for us asking for forgiveness, we'll give you back your land. We'll give you back this. We're sorry. We're trying to do something to show that we want forgiveness. Stop talking like that, black people. And when I say black, I mean all 12 tribes, blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans. Shut up. Stop saying, oh, you need to forgive them. They're not even asking for forgiveness. How can you forgive somebody that doesn't ask for forgiveness? That's so stupid. It's illogical. That doesn't make any sense. How can I forgive somebody that don't even know I feel they're doing wrong? So when the missionaries go out, like you saying, now they're going out to Haiti or whatever, they can't help it. They never asked for forgiveness for the first 400 years. Now we're in the second 400 years. They can't. They don't know what to do. They just don't have no control over being wicked. They just wicked as hell, they feel. So they're going to go to Haiti and rape. They'll go to Brazil and rape. They'll go to Chicago and molest and rape and destroy. They'll do it everywhere they go. They can't help it. They shouldn't do it. A white person told me, I have to say white, because I'm trying to explain this. A white person told me, don't donate to Ukraine. You don't know where that money goes. Those people are stealing that money. He's white. He knows white people are wicked. He knows they're thieves. It's crazy, man. It's crazy to think that these people can be forgiven. You know what I'm saying? And these people know, like you said, they know they're going to be wicked. Maybe they, I don't know, Timmy, he's 21, he's happy and ready to go on a missionary trip to Kenya. And Timmy gets over there and he goes, I've never had sex with a woman before. He rapes all the little Kenyan women. All the little Kenyan babies, he's raping them. Police officers getting caught every day. I see it in the news all the time. Cops raping not just prostitutes, they're raping children. These people cannot rule. They cannot be in any authority. What Job say? I don't want them around my dog. These people is off the chain. You going to tell me that it's better than what the Gadites had? So she's saying that it's destructive? Read it again out.
It's like it. The chief saw things differently to him.
Y'all got any questions? Please type them in. Type them in.
Christianity was an addition to, not a replacement for, his own beliefs.
That's where we messed up. That's where we messed up. You feel what I'm saying? Because the Christians, the Europeans that come over, their Christianity is what?
It's like catered towards them.
Right. You must become a Christian. That's it. You got to be baptized. You got to be remarried. You got to do it this way. Christianity. And what is the Gadites thinking? What are the Native Americans thinking? What are the blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans? What are they thinking? You just read it. It's not a replacement. It's a what? It's an addition.
In addition to.
In addition to. It's an addition. See? Remember I talked about white Christians and black Christians? White Christians are, this is how it is, buddy! Red, white, and blue, yeah! Die for this country. For God and land and family. Yes, that's it. That's it. You sitting there going, well, can we bring the Muslim brothers in? Can we bring the Buddhist brothers in? Bring them sisters in that believe in astrology. Yes, sister, you can bring your crystals in, and your pyramids, and you bring your sage in. Okay, bring it all in. Everybody come together. When white Christians are like, no. And the guy that is sitting there going, all right, I'll just bring it on as an addition. What happened to the Gadites? They got slaughtered. They were slaughtered. And she said, the sister said, what? Multiple wives is destructive? Okay. They was living with the multiple wives. Once they took on Christianity, they start dying. Go ahead. You was about to say something though.
Kind of sluggy. One, just in general, you know what I'm saying, Christianity, when you have that whole concept, you'll always hear, you know what I'm saying, like, especially in these movies, you see it, they're like, oh, my dear John, I think you're trying to make an honest woman out of me, right? You know what I'm saying? Because it's it's like they've been going around, fooling around, doing all types of stuff, of course, though, you know, and we've been secretly pretending like we're not together. You understand? Like we're not something, and now we're just going to.
I'm talking about Christianity.
God. But at the same time, it's just it.
And you talking about monogamy?
Right.
Okay.
And of course, I'm saying it's one of those. So, because it's been publicly, you know what I'm saying, acknowledged, you know what I'm saying, now that this is a good thing, right? You follow the Christian doctrine, but, well, sex before marriage, you know what I'm saying? Multiple partners, like.
General Muhammad destroyed it. This sister called in. I remember it, boy. I remember this. I remember it. This sister called in. And she's saying she likes a brother in the ISUPK. She's dealing with a brother in the ISUPK, what have you. And she says, I love y'all brothers. I love what y'all doing. I love the Bible. Y'all on it. General Muhammad was in Cross the Line, on the Cross the Line radio show. Right? He's sitting at the table. And she's like, I love everything y'all saying. I'm with it. I'm down. I'm going to change my diet. I cover my head. I like all that. But it's one thing. I don't know, because y'all hurting the women's feelings. The sisters, how is we supposed to feel that y'all can have multiple wives? That's just not right. Because how are we supposed to feel? How does that make us feel? That makes us feel bad. We don't want to have a multiple men, but y'all can have one. She don't mind said. Where did you get that idea of? I'm just paraphrasing, right? That he should just have one wife. She said, "Well, ain't that what the Bible say? That's what it was brought up in the church." He said, "Oh, that's what they taught you in the church." Yeah. Yep. How long was you in the church? Ever since I was a little girl, I was in the church. I learned this in the church ever since I was a little girl. Okay? All right? And he said, okay, all right. The church, y'all believe no sex before marriage, right? She said, yep. And it's only y'all two that have sex. You get married, and there's only you two supposed to have sex. He only supposed to be having sex with you. See, because that hurts a woman. I'm sitting here thinking he going off and he having sex with another man. I mean, he having sex with another woman. Right? So I'm thinking that, and I gotta sit here and I gotta, oh man, I want that for myself. That's not right. I just want him to have sex with me and only me. Somebody said, oh, okay. And you was brought up in the Christian church, right? Yep. Raised up in it. My uncle was a pastor, And they taught everybody. They taught all the women, don't have sex until you marry. Yep. Taught all the men, don't have sex until you marry. Yep. That's right. Yes, sir. Sister, did you have sex before you was married? She said, yeah. So mama said, so what are we talking about? What are we talking about? If you disagree with my belief of marriage, but you don't even believe in your own belief in marriage, what are you talking about? Why even present it? You don't follow it. And General Muhammad said, are there other sisters that had sex before marriage? In your church? Yeah. Were there other men that had sex before marriage? In your church? Yeah. General Muhammad said, pretty much all of them did, right? She said, thanks for taking my call tonight. I was like, damn! The sister that is against a man having multiple wives, how many men has she had sex with? Forget about it. You don't believe in the Bible at all then, in no points. What are you talking about? And those be the same people that will allow other people and say it's okay for other people to what? have alternative lifestyles. You're cool with a man being with a man sexually? A woman being with a woman sexually? You cool with that?
That's their choice.
But as soon, right, it's cool, it's fine. You can sit down and talk to him all day, hee ha ha, laugh with him, smoke weed with him. Hell, you even have sex with him. But if a man says a man can have multiple wives, and we bring up the Bible about it? You have to eat the whole roll. That's what Ezekiel was told. Eat the whole thing. It's bitter in your stomach, but it's sweet in your mouth. And then, who believed in monogamy? Who believed in it? Only one group of people on the earth. The Ethiopians believed in it. The Gadites did it. Native Americans. The Asians. The Arabs. The Africans. Who didn't believe in it? Who didn't follow it? I'm stepping outside of the Bible. I'm just saying in historical context.
Okay.
Go ahead.
It's lucky. I mean,
Only the white man. Go ahead, huh? Oh, that's what you were about to say, Salakia. Go ahead.
Salakia. I mean, well, the thing is that they have to force themselves to even do that, though.
Right, because they don't believe in it.
It's like they were having, you know what I'm saying, perverse sex amongst themselves, you know what I'm saying?
And they still do.
So when they put it, they gave tax incentives, you know what I'm saying, for a man and a woman to get married and to have children. And that was adopted, you know what I'm saying, in the American culture when this society had been set up and established because of Christianity and
building the population.
Okay.
Right. Building the economy and the population. Okay. Go ahead. There was more to it, right?
Please. So it said. So the chief saw things differently to him. Christianity was an addition to, not a replacement for, his own beliefs. In his culture, men had more than one wife. So it's like, even if, you know what I'm saying, even, it's one of those things where it's just like, however, you know, he dressed and he presented himself, right? You know, this is who we are, of course. But when we're going to conduct and do business, you know what I'm saying, maybe I will wear a different type of apparel, you know what I'm saying? And that's for us to conduct business, right? So, hey, listen, I have a Christian name, of course, though, but that's not going to replace, you know what I'm saying, you know, my name as Tukakas, right? And that's the same thing where it's like, I got 4 or 5 wives, and that's, it says down here that.
But he should never change his name.
Okay.
Yeah. What I'm saying is, we're the only people that will do that because we're trying to be tolerant and liberal and open. And you know how the sister said to you that's destructive?
Okay.
It's destructive to be tolerant. And it doesn't show brotherhood. To reference the class, right? It doesn't show brotherhood or sisterhood, right? It's because you are willing to change your name for the other nations rather than to show that your nation is the great nation.
Right.
Every nation thinks that they're a great nation. They don't want to change their names. You feel what I'm saying? They don't want to change who they are. They just want it to be open. Okay? And when Biden goes ahead and says, I'm going to make Juneteenth a federal holiday, when Biden says that, what he's saying is, black people, do you want to be a part of Thanksgiving, Memorial Day, 4th of July, New Year's, Christmas? Do you want to be a part of all of that? And black people say what? Yay! Yes! Give us Juneteenth! Yay! Now, hey, Mr. White Man, because now what have we seen in the past 5-10 years, Star Wonga Bar, when we go to Juneteenth events? What do we see at Juneteenth events now?
It's like white people.
Not only white people, what do white people bring? White people show up to something and they're bringing themselves.
Oh,
they're bringing their culture. They're bringing their agenda. Planned Parenthood is at Juneteenth.
Right.
The LGBTQ is at Juneteenth. The Help the Palestinians is at Juneteenth. You know what's going to be at Juneteenth next year? Or this year? What's going to be at Juneteenth this year?
Protect our borders, save the Ukrainians.
Save the who?
Ukrainians.
Save the who?
Ukrainians.
At what event? At a black event. Save the Ukrainians. And I have to sit there with my brothers and sisters and try to express to them that we are one people. And I got to say, get this Ukrainian flag out of here. What is the Ukrainian? I have to do it every year. Every year we go to an event. We're going to Rochester. We're going to Buffalo. We went in Albany. I'm in Albany looking at a Palestinian flag. Because last summer, the Israelis was bombing the Palestinians. And we got to help the Palestinians. The year before that, we got to go over here and we got to see the sodomites marching for Black Lives Matter. They put on a big ass Beyonce song, You a Diva, for grown men to be marching in Daisy Dukes in the street. This is what we got to see. There's an agenda. They come with their agenda. That's not brotherhood. Because brotherhood is what? Brotherhood is those Ukrainians over there saying, I'm going to stay and fight for Ukraine. Because I love the Ukrainians more than anybody else. These are my people. The Ukrainians saying, nah, I want the Ukrainian people on this train before them Africans. That's brotherhood to them. I gotta respect it. Remember the brother said, he said, they won't do it to them Africans. Hey, if it's a fire going on outside and Edomites is running, they said, we need to get inside. And there's some brothers and sisters that need to get inside of here. Step back, Edomites. Y'all have to step back. Let them in first. Come on. Somebody asked me for something one time. This was last year. He came and said, oh, can we? I said, oh, this is for members only. Members? Who are your members? Black people, Hispanic people, Native American people. Oh. That brotherhood is exclusive. Being exclusive. Being exclusive. Had this cool Japanese dude walk through the slavery when I was over here. He was walking through the slavery. He thought he was cool. You know, all the black bus drivers pointing the finger. What's that? Yeah, what is that? He came up to me. He said, I got everybody else's Facebook. How come I ain't got yours? Let me get your Facebook page. Pops out his thing. Boom, 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 boom. Let me just type it in. I go, no. He said, no. Why not? I said, it's exclusive. He looked at the white boy, he looked at the brother, he said, it's exclusive? And he had to keep it moving. Yo, man, we don't have to share everything. Don't share this brotherhood. It's destructive? What did she say destructive was? How did she say it was destructive? And if it's a sister, I guarantee there is no doubt in my mind if she has a brother or a sister and they don't have the same mother. I guarantee it. Or she has a brother and a sister and they don't have the same father. I guarantee it. I guarantee it. And if I'm wrong, Salakia, but all your cousins are. Am I right or right? Am I right or wrong? Come on now. Anybody tell me different? Who, black, Hispanic, or Native American, don't have family members? Okay, come on, man. All right. Okay. All right. Go ahead,
So just the last part of it. It just said it is a addition, not a replacement for his own beliefs. In his culture, men have more than one wife, a practice strictly forbidden by the Christian church.
Strictly forbidden by who?
The Christian church.
By who?
The Christian church.
Uh-huh.
As no sex before marriage was too. But, Tui Kas. It's like a Tui
But
Kas.
let's just take that. Let's just take that, right? And I'm not saying every brother has to. It's not the law that you have to have one wife.
Right.
It's not a law.
Okay.
It's not a law that you have to have 3 wives or 4. I think the Arabs believe, Islam believe in 4 wives. There is some sects of Islam that is 4 wives, and that's the cutoff. It's no law on number or if you have to be married or not. Even for sisters. Sisters, you don't have to marry. Okay? All right? It's no law. It's not a law in the Bible. All right. But let's just take, for instance, the Christian church. The Christian church is saying monogamy. And let's say, okay, if we follow monogamy and we follow the Christian church, comparative to believing in polygyny, specifically polygyny, a man having multiple wives. What are the numbers of monogamy in the Christian church? What are the successful marriages? Go ahead. But you was going to say something. If you was going to say something else, go ahead, because I can look it up.
With Slocky, I was just going to say that the divorce rate is like 75 to 80.
Yeah, you saying it.
80%.
That's what you was going to say? Yeah, say it.
So, like I drive on the highway and I see about 3-4 divorce lawyers, you know what I'm saying, on all sides of town. I'm driving 481 south, need a divorce lawyer. I'm driving, 690 east, divorce lawyer. I'm driving 690 west, divorce lawyer. And I mean, it's just all over the place.
Because there's no counsel. There's no structure. Okay, they're saying 45.
What's like? They saying what?
It is estimated that the divorce rate for 2021 will be 45%.
What's Slocky then?
That's still damn near 50%. Go ahead.
No, I mean, like, I think the statistic, you know what I'm saying, in general, is all marriages end like in divorce, like 70-75%.
Mm-hmm. And check this out. The reason why it's lower than what it has been in previous years is because of what?
It's like COVID and the courts being closed.
That's a good one. Absolutely, yep. Okay. Oh man, that's heavy.
Everything's backed up.
That's true. Yep. I didn't think of that. Yep. The courts being closed, right. So people, and you know what? People couldn't get divorced.
Right.
I remember hearing that. There was articles on people just not being able to get a divorce because of COVID-19, the pandemic. They were all just had to stay together. And what increased? What increased?
Babies.
Babies did for us. Domestic violence increased. I think it increased rapidly. Now that's one point. That's one point.
Sluggy.
I was just going to say I'm gonna get the domestic violence increase. Right? I was going to say the reason why the divorce rate kind of went lower is because people didn't marry as much because everybody's just having sex with everybody.
Right.
Right. It's getting further and further along where people are just having mutual understandings or business deals with sexual encounters or relationships rather than really viewing their union as being a marriage.
Come on.
Go ahead,
Slack, yeah. Wasn't it murder, suicide in Cicero about earlier parts of this year? Or last year?
Mm-hmm.
By a cop?
By a cop?
I believe so.
Okay. But what's your point though about it?
Oh, Slacky. Sheriff deputy who shot wife and son also killed family dog too.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. But yeah.
So I mean they couldn't get the divorce. So,
no, I don't think that was it. I don't think that was about the divorce. That was more so he had got fired. Yeah, you know when a Edomite gets fired, terminated from his job because he got caught stealing money from his job.
Good.
He got caught stealing money from the sheriff's department, and he was a sheriff. So you know he went in the house and had to take it out on somebody. I can't tell. He couldn't go to the sheriff's department and shoot up the sheriff's department because they would have just smoked him right at the gate. So he goes home. He murdered his son first. Murdered his son first. This is the crazy thing. Did I bring this up? I think I brought up this article. Maybe it was on a radio show.
I know what you're talking about.
And this was crazy. This was crazy. He murdered his son. Or did his son live? No, his wife lived. Right? He murdered the son, which made the dog go frantic. Right? The dog goes frantic, and I think the dog tried to attack him. So he murders the dog. Then he shoots the wife. He didn't murder the wife. He shoots the wife. He thought that he murdered everybody, and then he murders himself. Well, when I went to my slave, I read the front page of the newspaper. You know what the clerk said? He said, "Man, that's messed up, man." I go, "Yeah, that's crazy. He murdered his son. He murdered his wife too." He goes, "No, he didn't murder his wife. This is crazy. That's crazy." I said, "But he killed his son? What happened, man?" He goes, "Yeah, this is crazy." And I'm reading the article while he keeps saying, "It's crazy, it's crazy. Yeah, this is horrible. This is horrible." So I go, "Yeah, man, damn. He was a sheriff? So he was a cop?" You know what this dude finally said? He goes,
He killed the dog.
"He killed that dog." I was dying, man. I was gone like, yo. I was like, "What did you say?" He's like, "Yeah, that poor dog." I said, "The poor dog?" He said, "Yeah, that dog, man. He didn't know what was going on. That dog doesn't know anything. He's just there protecting the family. The guy kills the dog? Man." I go, "This guy murdered his wife and kid and then kills himself. And you talking about the dog?" He goes, "Now that you think about it, yeah, maybe you're right. I am pushing it a little far for the dog." I was like, yo, Edomites love their dogs, man. It's crazy. But it's like that was a side note. But yeah, because of COVID-19, staying at home, domestic violence went up.
Oh yeah, it's like I was saying
Because these people would have gotten divorced.
Right.
But instead of getting a divorce, the domestic violence increased. Right. Okay. Because they probably felt like they couldn't even get a divorce because of the loss of jobs, the pandemic. So now that World War III about to break, this thing about to just elevate to another level as well. Okay? Because America thought that with COVID-19 going down, they certain states taking away the mask mandate, they thought that the employment rate was going to go just sky high. I remember President Biden was like, now the economy's just going to go up. Employment's just going to go skyrocket by September. People didn't go back to work. Not at all, man. People didn't go back to work. People wasn't working. He cut down unemployment. They still wasn't going back to work like he thought. Man, crazy. Salakia. That is crazy. So, but the moral of the story is this. If you're following the truth and you abide in the truth and you let the truth abide in you, then everything, marriage, brotherhood, sisterhood, your family, everything has a deeper understanding. You take on a value for everything else. All right? Was there any other questions? That's crazy. You killed the dog. You had another question, Thabo?
Nah.
Okay. Was it more in the book, or was it just that?
There was this portion right here, which is
Yeah, keep going.
a practice strictly forbidden by the Christian church. Kakas shared his teepee with several wives, along with Asna and their children, who were given Christian names. So not only
Go ahead, bring it up.
Not only did he have multiple wives, they were able to live, amongst one another. They shared, the TP, like they shared a TP together with several wives and the children.
After they got their Christian names.
Okay.
Yeah. You get the Christian name, and he just went back to his teepee with all his ribs and his children inside that teepee. Any questions? Any more, Rob?
No, it's something different, but this is related to the culture, aspect of American Indian or Native American. It's just asking the question, which one is correct? Which name is correct? Indian, American Indian, Native American. The people they describe use all three, but there are individuals who object one, two, or all three. A big reason is that the labels come from Europe,
right,
not from the American continents.
Right.
Indian originated in 1492 with Christopher Columbus.
Mm-hmm.
So, and it says in 1960 the U.S. government invented the term Native American, which included people.
When?
In 1960, the U.S. government invented the name Native American.
Wow. Salakia. Because you said 1960, right?
Okay.
Okay. And with it being 1960, right, what was the other term? What was the term they gave us?
African American.
Wow. So when people say that blacks and Native Americans are not the same, they're different, they don't like each other, that's a complete lie. I mean, we subject together. We were subjects together. We were enslaved together. We're given names together. Every time. They used to call Native Americans, so-called, they used to call them niggers. Call them niggers. They called them black. It's documented in all throughout American history. And right here, you saying in 1960, the United States government deemed the term Native American.
Okay.
It was the same time where they started saying, okay, Negroes. Call you guys Negroes. And then in the 1970s, African American. And what's his name? Jesse Jackson took that term. Jesse Jackson took that term and just rocked with it. Okay? But Native Americans and black people have always been together. All right? The Northern Kingdom and the Southern Kingdom, the Northern tribes, the Southern tribes, Israel has always been together, has always been one. Always. That's why they brought us over here on them slave ships and enslaved both of us. Go ahead, Al.
It's like, it's like the one thing that I would say also, I mean, it's heavy about this book because on page 10, it talked about Joseph learned to lead a very different way. Like his father before him, he was kept at a distance from his future followers. Instead of being their friend or brother, he took responsibility for them as a parent would a child. If they lied, stole, or did not finish chores, Joseph shouldered the blame for the child's action, his heavy load was to act properly at all times and to convince others to do the same.
Because this is going in on him, right? As an individual.
It said, how? Barking orders, do this, don't, did not work. The Nez Perce believed no one could tell another person how to live his or her life. Joseph needed to find softer words that kept people working towards the common good. But what if children did not listen to his words? How could he keep them from making mistakes and causing trouble? The ability to convince others would turn out to be the most important skill of young Joseph to master. At the age of 7, he saw the bloody results when warriors did not listen to their chiefs. And it goes into a mass murder.
And a lot of times too, they had that was just them going in on the history of Gad, specifically that brother Tukakas, right? And I just wanted to bring out that point in that book, for the reference that it was part of the Gadite culture. There's a lot of things in that book. All right, they talk about the fringes. If you skim through the book, it might be another marking inside of it. Or if you wanted to bring it to me, there's something in there that talks about high holy days, or they had like a first fruit, okay, which is similar to something we kept. All right, first fruit, something like that. If y'all got any questions, I was going to bring out a specific topic, but we went in on this.
Salaki, if I could.
Yes.
Even in that same portion right there, he said it referenced how, as his father, right? You know what I'm saying? He had to learn how to deal with his people a particular way. Which, okay, fine. You know what? There is a warrior aspect, and then there's, other aspects, of course, though. In some cases, it did not take or strip away from the original, you know what I'm saying, like who we are as a people, right? It didn't strip away from who we are as a people, but it was still something that was, all right, well, here's something, per se, in addition, which goes back to we should stick to us and who we are.
Right.
Other people, you know what I'm saying, we may be involved or deal with however we may deal, but nonetheless, you know what I'm saying, we should always stay true to us, to who we are, and our identity. Not some other people, not some other group, not some other nation.
That's correct.
And of course, you know what I'm saying, people who truly desire that will seek out that information.
Right. Right. And even when, what's crazy and deep is, even when we start to try to act like the other nations, the heathen nations, the Lord still set a spirit on us. You know what I'm saying? Like there's still that flavor on us, so that certain things can be recalled or brought to remembrance. Or this brother's, he had 2 sons. He had some sons.
Yeah.
And guess what his son's name was? His name Joseph. His son. Guess what his son's name was? Guess what his son's names? Yo, his son's names. What he named his sons?
One of the tribes?
Yeah. Manasseh and Joseph. How deep is that? Manasseh and Ephraim. Salakia. He named his sons Manasseh and Ephraim. That's deep. He named his son Manasseh and Ephraim. Manasseh and Ephraim are the sons that Joseph said had crossed his hands. Because Manasseh was older than Ephraim.
God.
And Joseph crossed his hands and blessed Joseph before blessing Manasseh. Man, yo, this is just deep. All right. And the northern tribes, too. Come on, man. We know this stuff.
Right.
Okay. The boys ran back to their campsite to tell their families of the strange men who, check this out, all had eyes like dead fish. The boys had never seen light-colored eyes and curly red hair. The leader's scraggly hair and bushy beard were the color of sunset, the boys reported. Starving, dirty, and extra hairy. Extra hairy. These hunters looked and smelled like animals. The Nimapu thought they had descended from dogs. You hear that?
Yeah.
They called them the descendants of dogs. What do black people say when Edomites get caught in the ring? Go ahead.
They smell like the favorite golden retriever, Lassie.
They smell like dogs.
God.
We were saying that. The Gadites saying that, and we were saying that to this day. We still say that. Man. Let me just check and see here. Just trying to find. All right, anybody got any questions? Any other questions? I'm just trying to check and see. I know there's something in here about the high holy days that they kept. Such a beautiful people, man, and they push these beautiful people to live on reservations. All right, it's a lot here. Okay, give me Revelations chapter 10, verse 9. And this goes with that other precept, goes with the precept Ezekiel chapter 3. Okay.
Revelation chapter 10, verse 9.
This goes with Ezekiel chapter 3, 1 through 4 specifically. Okay, go ahead.
Revelation chapter 10, verse 9. And I went unto the angel and said unto him, give me the
little
give me the little book. And he said unto me, take it and eat it up.
Take it and eat it up. Keep going.
And it shall make thy belly bitter.
Mm-hmm.
But it shall be in thy mouth sweet as honey.
Why is that? Okay. Once again, I'm just going into the brotherhood, right? And when you accept this brotherhood and sisterhood, and you take up the law, statutes, and commandments, it's going to be in your belly bitter, but in thy mouth sweet as honey. Why is that? What does that mean? What does that symbolize? Anybody? What does that symbolize? What does that mean? For it to be in your belly bitter, but in your mouth sweet.
It's like,
go ahead.
Is it the aspect of, you know what I'm saying, us having and knowing our identity, knowing, you know what I'm saying, who we are as a people? So, yeah, we are Yasha Allah, Prince of the Power. You understand? Like, we are to lead, you know what I'm saying, and everybody else is supposed to be following after us. So, would you not be proud, you know what I'm saying, to say, yo, my father did this, my father did that. You know what I'm saying? This is who I am as a people, right? Mm-hmm. The greatness of who you are. Rather than, you know what I'm saying, what we've been spewing, you know what I'm saying, for the longest, you know, we niggas and spicks and we don't have nothing.
So break it down. Right?
And the bitterness, of course, comes from the challenge of like the growing pains. You know what I'm saying? It's from the I'm not used to being fulfilled, you know what I'm saying, with this rich teaching. You know what I'm saying? Like it's like eating black eyed peas. You may not like it, but it's good for you. You know what I'm saying? Like it is going to.
But what's the bitter? A rich teaching isn't bitter.
No, but it's the going through the fire, you know what I'm saying, of other nations and the people around you trying to get you to be like them and go against what you're eating. The scripture, the Bible.
Okay, but because you right on the sweet. Absolutely. Jesus Christ is a black man. People hear that, they be like, oh yeah. See, they the devil. Your oppressor is the devil. That's the sweet part. All of that is sweet. The priests and prophets is black. You royalty, you a beautiful people. This is the sweet part. What's the bitter part?
It's like the fullness of, you know, keeping the law. Following the law as we're supposed to, and we should.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I can't make marriages to, you know, Bow Wow or Jingling. Like,
speak like Jake though. Jake ain't gonna say I can't make marriages. What's Jake gonna say? Jake ain't gonna say I can't have marriages. you be sounding like the shows that I be watching. But whether I cannot marry a Welsh woman.
All right, like,
come on now. What are we saying?
Listen, I like all different types of women. You mean to tell me I gotta stick to just these ones? I like Asians, you know what I'm saying? I like, you know, blonde hair. I like redheads, you know, like.
I can't have sex with white women? That's what they saying, bro.
Yeah.
Right? Mm-hmm. Go ahead.
So that's the, you know, the portion I'm saying that's the bitter aspect.
What's bitter, y'all? Give me some more bitter. People online, give me some bitter. What is bitter in thy belly? Yeah. Having sex with the other nations.
It's like it.
Go ahead.
I like Christmas. I like Valentine's Day. I like Thanksgiving turkey. Like, yo, we get the best, you know what I'm saying, you know, foods during that time of the year. I like, you know what I'm saying, the cookouts that we have on 4th of July. We're not following their holidays. You're not supposed to do those things.
Mm-hmm.
That's another portion of it.
Yeah. Don't even go outside. Don't even go outside of this nation. What else? I like having sex with no commitment.
Chitlins.
Sex without commitment. You feel what I'm saying?
God.
Yeah.
I love the way shrimp tastes.
Getting rid of the sin. That's it, brother. Hearing your mom's the devil, the Bible speaks of. That's it, brother. Not just your mother. You can be 100%. You could be Wesley Snipes. You could be Forrest Whitaker. And you hearing the other nations are going to go into captivity? What?
That ain't right.
What? Wait a second now. I get you on we the Jews, but they gotta be enslaved to us? They gotta bow down and kiss y'all boots? The bitter is everything that you love and lust for, all your desires, you're going to have to put that in check. Put it in complete submission. Get rid of it. Getting off of drugs. Thank you, brother. Thank you, brother. Thank you.
No more weed.
We just came from Harlem. Shout out to Officer Thawumgabor. We just drove down to Harlem, right? Drove down to Harlem. Most High in Christ. The water to the Most High. Beautiful. We go down to Harlem. And every time I go to Harlem to speak, I see the same faces in the crowd. And when I speak, you know what they saying? What they be saying? Yeah, that's right. I like that.
God, every time.
This brother's funny, man. I like this brother, man. Y'all brothers is right. They giving out food. Y'all giving out food again? Giving out food, yeah. That's the sweetness. Then we say, brother, you have to deny the Ukrainians and the Russians and the British, brother. You have to deny the Africans. You have to deny the Asians. You have to deny them. And only accept your people as the chosen people, brother. We gotta stop smoking weed. You gotta stop smoking cigarettes. You know they got vapes in prison now? You gotta get off the vape. You gotta stop vaping. You gotta leave the spike alone, the meth, the pills. You can't be popping them pills. Ooh, the hoes? Ooh, wee. You gotta stop being a hoe. What does that include? Just going and just shaking your ass every time you hear a song. Doom, doom. You just turn into hoism. You got to cover up your body. You got a responsibility to do now. What? Hold up. Responsibility. Law, statutes, and commandments. I got to live by this? Hold up now. Hold up now. Wait. What they say? Ho. You're doing too much now, young brother. Slow it down now. Y'all talking a little too much now. I gotta stop smoking weed? Y'all had me. What the sister say? Ooh, I like y'all. Ooh, wait. Them strong, tall brothers be standing out there like, that's right. Ooh, I like that type of man. I like them brothers. I even flirted with the brother. He ain't even looked my way. Wait a second. What? He got 3 ribs. Whoa, hold on now. What? I gotta listen to another brother. Listen to another man. No, brother. No, you have to deny yourself. Pick up your cross. Sacrifice everything. Brother called into the show. But my mom's like, hold on now. Hold on. You have to just deny everything. It's bitter. Now it tastes sweet. And it's like a song. What's that precept about the song? We sing a song to Israel. Not the song that they require of us, but what we say is like a song. or precept is that all?
Oh.
Mm.
Well, it's like I said.
Go ahead.
If I could, it was just like, you know, when I was speaking about, you know what I'm saying, the Ukrainians, of course, and Ham, of course, and how, you know, we've been oppressed, we've been killed, we've been seeking for justice, of course, and we've not got it. And the system is right there. That's right. You know what I'm saying? And I'm talking about what the other nations are getting, what the other nations are asking for, how Africa wouldn't accept Haiti, you know what I'm saying, into the African whatever thing they got. In the moment I said,
Mm-hmm.
well, the moment I said, you know what I'm saying, about the Africans, it was like she woke the hell up. Wait, what? And walked clean off. Like, nah, I can't give that.
Right.
I can't follow that.
And she's no Hamite at all.
Right.
She ain't no Hamite.
She loved about the food programs. She loved, you know what I'm saying, about the prison programs. She loved, you know what I'm saying, because we have brothers and sisters that's in jail right now, you know, from what's his name again? Bill Clinton passed in law. Our brothers, they passed weed to be legal now. But how many of our brothers and sisters have been shot and killed and put to death, you know what I'm saying, over a dime bag of weed?
Yeah. Or locked up, incarcerated.
Right.
Right.
So with all that, you know what I'm saying, you know, we haven't gotten justice yet.
Mm-hmm.
In the moment, you know, we say the hell, you know what I'm saying, with the other nations.
Right. You got this one for me?
Ezekiel chapter 32.
33.
Oh, it's like 33.
Ezekiel 33, verse 32.
Ezekiel chapter 33, verse 32.
Because you have to take on the bitter and the sweet. All right. You're going to have to take it. It's going to taste sweet. It's going to taste fresh. That song is going to sound nice. You want to hear it. You want to hear that song. You're going to want to come to the camp to listen. Yeah, I like that. You want to even get inspired. You want to get boosted up. 90 days wearing all black. Yes, sir. No, sir. Then when you become a trooper, it's nothing but that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
With carrying crates, with flipping signs, with following orders. And you do that. And then you just keep doing that. And you just keep doing that. You keep doing that for the rest of your life. And then it's like, damn, the song is still that good song, but this shit is real. Excuse my language. This is real. Go ahead.
Ezekiel chapter 33, verse 32. And lo, thou art unto them as a very lovely song.
As a what?
As a very lovely song.
As a very lovely song. As a very lovely song. That song be fire. I'm talking about a deep song. Yeah, Cat say to me, man, that was deep what he said in that track. You heard what he said? Damn. My people being, what did he say? What did he say? My people never in Harvard or Yale. Always locked up in jail. Like, damn, that's deep. Yo, we don't go to Harvard or Yale. That's deep. Right? We need computers. We need this. We need to do that. He hearing a song, hearing a rap song, he just play it back. Play it back. Oh, that's fire. Play that back. What'd he say? Damn, that's deep. That's deep. That's deep. Yeah, all right. What'd he say? What'd he say about the hood? What that nigga over there say about the hood? Yeah, that nigga go right there. Yeah. Yeah, you ain't going to Harvard yet. You don't care about no scholarship. You don't care about no intelligence. It's a lovely song, though. Ooh, that's a lovely song. The song just going to play and play and play. Keep going. A lovely song.
It's like a lovely song of one that has a pleasant voice.
Oh, man. Come on now. Who speaks better than the ISUPK? Shout out to Captain Cesariak. April 2nd, he is battling Malik Zulu Shabazz?
God.
Attorney Malik Zulu Shabazz. Captain Tazariak hasn't been in many battles. You know what people say? Oh man, I like how Captain Tazariak speak. Woo, he know how to talk. I like how he speak. He right, man. That's fire. Yeah, he beat Jabari. Yeah, he beat Shaka almost. Yeah, he beats them all. Yeah. But do they join the ISUPK? Do you get in class? Who was battling Polite, constantly destroying Polite, and then Polite had a case come out. A baby rape case, a child molestation case.
It's his own dog.
Go ahead, Swole Gear, explain that. Like the young Dolph situation. If you can explain or elaborate real quick, brother. Type it in quick, Baba Kushak. Because I'm gonna speak on it, but I might not say exactly what you're referring to. But they don't join class. They don't get into class. Commanding General Yahana be blazing. Be amazing. What? Oh man. That's fire, man. You know how many brothers I know heard the truth before I heard the truth? I know 3 or 4 brothers. They heard this before I heard it. I was like, yo, you gotta listen to him, man. That's crazy. He was deep. Yo, you gotta listen to him. Commanding General Yahana, General Muhammad, General Mayat, all the generals, all the captains, they be speaking, you be like, whoo, whoo. And don't let it be no Edomite there. Don't let it be an Edomite. Oh man, you see what he did to that white man? Woo! Yo, y'all them Hebrew Israelites? Yo, y'all the ones that be wearing the black with the spikes? Oh yeah. Yo, I seen this video. Man, this white man tried to come up and say this, and y'all bow, bow, bow. I was like, damn. When was that video, brother? You know what he said? Oh man, that was about 10 years ago. 10 years ago. Yeah, man, it was great. I like what y'all be saying. Brother, why you not in class? This is a sweet song. Pleasant voice. Keep going.
And can play well on an instrument, for they hear thy words.
Can play well on an instrument, meaning like you can memorize it. They memorize our speakings. They memorize what we be saying. They memorize it like it got a beat to it. Like they just know what we gonna say before we say it because they done heard it before playing in their mind. And they like it. They like it now. Keep going. For they hear what?
For they hear thy words.
They hear what we're saying. They hear our words. They hear absolutely what we're saying. They hear our words. They like our words like a song. And they hear it. And they always hear it. And they cheer it. And they root it on. And it says this.
But they do not do them.
But they what?
Do not do them.
But they what?
Do not do them.
Come on, man. That's heavy. That was your question. First question in the class. They see it. Everything else. They follow everything else. Yeah, they hear us like a song. They hear what we saying like a rap song with an ill beat that they gonna memorize. Yo, them some real niggas, yo. I like them UPK niggas. Them Hebrew Israelites. Them niggas with the beards, I like them niggas. Them real niggas, I like that. They all, yo, you see them? The white man bow down, kiss their boots. Woo, wee, I saw that, man. Woo, I like y'all. What was Whack 100? Whack 100 was on there. Whack 100 was on some clubhouse. He said, whew, you see how that Hebrew Israelite came in? They was fake. They was all fake. But one Israelite was like, yeah, man, whack 100. Yeah, you ain't no OG, da da da. And then somebody in his crew, his camp, came in and was like, we don't talk like that, brother. You're not supposed to talk like that. He said, Khan, sir. Yes, sir. Excuse me, Salakia. He said, Salakia, the whack 100. Salakia, excuse me for saying that. Like the brother said, I'm not supposed to go back into the world. I'm supposed to refrain. And then the brother came back on and explained. Whack 100 was like, damn. I want to find out more about these Hebrew Israelites. They like us. They be wanting to know, right or wrong. They come in here one time and they see the Hebrew. Oh man, so what y'all say? How you say it? Yasher Allah. Ooh, I like that. That's different, man. And y'all be talking like that? Woo. So what that mean? Oh man. Oh man, they stare at this banner, like they gaze at it like. It's a sweet song. Lovely, pleasant voice. Like over an instrument. Ezekiel chapter 33, 32. Play well over an instrument. For they hear thy words, but they do them not. Don't be that person, man. Don't be that person that just hear the song and don't do it. Because now it's just going to clash. Now it's just going to crash. Now you're going to see what we're saying. For a long time, you're just looking at this as a song. Now you're like, ooh, they was telling us and prophesying about World War III. They was talking about all this racism. Okay, yeah, brothers be down until it's time to put in that work. Absolutely. Yeah, man, rappers is getting killed. That's what his brother was talking about. Young Dolph. All the rappers is getting killed, man. We gotta do something about that. What happened to Young Dolph, man? What happened to what's the other brother name? Pop Smoke? What happened to that brother and this brother? King Vaughn? Yo, we gotta stop that, man. We gotta stop the murdering of each other. And they'll even rap about it. Yo, that's deep, man. We gotta stop that, man. We gotta put our flags down. We gotta turn our sets down, man. We gotta deny all that. We gotta stop killing and murdering each other. Say that?
It's like the bigger picture. The baby.
You're right. We gotta have the bigger picture. We gotta do this. We gotta do that, man. We gotta come together, something, man. This is sad out here. Jim Jones. Oh man, it's hard to be a rapper because they getting killed. Like, nah, black men are getting killed, period, brother. And then Jim Jones goes in the Gucci store. Yo, they racial profiling me in the Gucci store. It's going to come to boom, where you ain't got no choice but to see what we say. So don't take it as a song, man. Come on in here. Salaki Adawan, if I may, would you apply this to brothers that leave the school? This